Gregory 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Then he created humans. Thus he created the human Gregory Griffith in his image. Then God created cancer, because he desired an earthly force so powerful and overwhelming so as to be a physical manifestation of Satan. If humans could learn how to fight off cancer, God reasoned, they could fight off anything. Matthew 17:20. I tell you the truth, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Gregory 48:1. And the townspeople asked the doctor, what is a pancreas anyway? Funny how none of us knew until Greg's was bursting, lead ballooned with tumors that had also floated up and over to his liver, decorating both with cancer cells like a Christmas tree. And although the townspeople were sorry they had asked, the disease struck their brother Greg and it said to him, you have 6 weeks to live. So, for 6 weeks, the townspeople prayed to the Lord that he might heal him. 14 months later, we are still praying, and God is starting to think, maybe I can wait a while to hang out with this guy after all. Greg grew up a big talker in a little town with a deadly running jump hook shot that staggered his 6 a.m. weekday YMCA defenders, amazed them with its precision, and swished through the net when nobody expected it to. Gregory 48:2. A pancreas, the townspeople came to know, is a large lobulated gland that in humans lies in front of the upper lumbar vertebrae and behind the stomach and is somewhat hammer-shaped and firmly attached anteriorly to the curve of the duodenum and does a lot of complicated sounding things, but essentially it has 2 main functions. It secretes digestive enzymes to the small intestine to help absorb the nutrients and distinguish them from the waste. And without it, you'd think a human would be overwhelmed by a world he cannot absorb. Gregory 39:8. One time, Greg and my dad got into a little altercation on the basketball court. Things had been getting chippy, and all 5 feet 9 inches of Greg ended up telling all 6 feet 5 inches of my dad that he was going to kick my dad's ass. It never happened, and they both laugh about it now with their kids, all of whom are fairly certain Greg would have won the fight. Because, see, Greg's a fighter. Greg 49:1. Greg fought, and he said to the townspeople, the outpouring of love from all of you has at times made me cry, at times made me laugh, and at times made me weak in the knees. Gregory 49:2. Greg's still fighting. Satan's on the ropes. John 11:3. And sister said word to Jesus, Lord, the one you love is sick. And Jesus said to them, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it. And thus, Jesus became the spiritual manifestation of Greg's pancreas, and he resides in him, in front of Greg's upper lumbar vertebrae, behind the stomach, somewhat hammer-shaped, firmly attached to the anteriorly to the curve of the heart, and he communicates through Greg, slicing his universe like carrot coins into manageable chunks. Chemotherapy and radiation, necessary. Surgery, necessary. Pity, unnecessary. Tragedy, don't need it. Family, friends, faith, yes. And Jesus puts those last 3 at the top of Greg's keep pile and smiles at him, because he knows Greg could have done that digestion by himself, sluggish pancreas and all. The other day, Greg said to me, Amanda, I tell you the truth. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, this mountain, this Satan, this cancer, it can be moved. Miracles can happen. Slide that mountain onto a cutting board and slice it into manageable chunks like carrot coins and eat them one at a time. And tell your pancreas to distinguish them as waste.